Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Alan Fans, another episode, another show, as we get to discuss a lot of things tonight, specifically in the area of football. Hopefully, my internet will stay strong because I'm already noticing some difficulties. But for the international community, if you know anything about Antigua, is that we have bad internet down here. Okay, but we do our best to make sure we get by. But good evening to everybody. I see fans coming in already, and it's good to see that everyone's still supporting the best fan channel in Antigua, and hopefully eventually in the Caribbean. So, how is everybody doing this evening? How is your Thursday night, Memphis, Sukwa? How you guys doing?
Quiet one.
Yo, I'm good.
Uh,
I'm
Okay,
good.
not
Yeah.
good at all.
not good at all. I see. Say something that hashtag free Danny.
Yeah,
Something you want to say?
we'll be good when Danny gets game time.
Oh boy, I love
Oh,
Memphis as usual with the controversy. Yep. But he'll get to say his piece on that in just a minute. But we gotta get through with a couple of pleasantries first. Let's talk about the Champions League,
mhm.
specifically the UCL um, Fantasy League. All right, Shaq is still reigning at the top,
Mhm.
first place. I literally was like seconds away from not putting in a team. I totally forgot. Is the thing told me had to remind me. Did you change your team? No, I didn't remember, man. But I threw in a team there, boy. Should have captain Salado, man. Right, Salado
Yeah.
got a whole ton of points. But Cristiano did score for me, so albeit quite late, but he did nonetheless. Suku, you lost to Juventus. That helped me,
Yeah.
but it didn't help you. Talk to me.
um, I didn't get to see the game per se.
Mm, mm,
Um, I know it would be that kind of a close game with one goal deciding it, but I think that's two big games that Chelsea haven't showed up in for that time. I don't know how much of a impact Mount being out is having now. Probably as you can see, probably maybe a lack of creativity going up top, right? So
mm.
it'll be interesting if he makes it back. Hmm, I'm not sure if he's gonna make it back for this weekend. Maybe after the international break,
Hmm.
possibly.
Well,
But
we're gonna talk about Chelsea in just a minute. They're going
yeah.
into the weekend, you know. But yeah, that's that. So I think you guys are you're second in your group for sure,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And so you should still get through. There shouldn't be any
they
issues
should.
there. Yeah, it shouldn't be the case at all. Memphis,
Hmm.
you're back. What would you feel, when Jesse laid it off and then Cristiano hit it from that tight corner? What were your thoughts, your feelings at the time when that last minute goal?
I
Jesse laid it
mean,
out. That's how we go.
yeah, he did. He did later. He did
Yeah,
later.
he did lay it
You have to
off.
He
see.
didn't lay
You have
off
to see from the other
man.
angle. No,
He
no,
didn't
you
lay
have to
off
see from the other
man.
angle. You
How
have to see
come
from the
with
other
that? Y'all sound
angle.
like Muncie out here now. Lay off
No,
what?
no. Look at it
He
from the
did,
other angle. He actually passes it back to Ronaldo. I thought his miscontrol. He miscontrol it too.
I thought that's
Okay.
what happened. I honestly thought that's what happened. That he headed it to Jesse, and then Jesse laid it back to him, and then that's what he looked like to me. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you have to see it from the side angle. From the main angle,
Okay.
it kind of looked like the keeper push it back out.
Oh, okay. I
But
maybe I
either
thought
way,
it was a pass.
the keeper's supposed to save that.
Yeah, he got a
But
hand to
we move, we move.
it. Okay, all right. So
But
yeah,
there
that's
was still
good. Talk to me.
some questionable subs in that game, but I guess they eventually worked out because Fred is the one who put in the cross. I don't know. I guess Fred is playing left back now.
Well, people
Mm.
said that Ali finally got his subs right. So I mean,
I don't know about
how,
that
how
part.
the subs work? When we think about
we,
it,
we finished the game with 3 DMs and
yeah, but you put Fred to play left back, and it's Fred's cross that got the ball into the box.
I
Matic
mean,
played a solid DM there, holding the fort for the last few games. Cavani was the one that pushed down the guy that created the whole situation in the first place. I mean, Jesse was the one that ended up laying off to. I mean, all those were Ollie subs. No credit to top for Ollie at all.
I mean,
No.
afterwards they justify themselves, but on paper, like, mm-mm.
Okay, alrighty then, definitely. So, Moy, we joked last time on the show about how the fact that Messi was going to score. Did you see that coming, or was it just a surprise to you in the moment?
Surprise.
It's a
Really?
surprise to you that the greatest of all time finally, get a goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yo, that one,
Well
that
done.
yo,
Well done.
It's not just a
Okay,
surprise
so
alone. It sounds like it's a sad feeling too.
tell them, man.
They won the
okay,
game.
all right.
Happen.
Yo,
No.
they went from
Like,
praising Bernardo Silva on the weekend
like,
to
like we
slaughtering him.
dwell on
Oh,
the game.
So what happened, Moy? Why did they
oh my
win?
boy.
I mean, y'all didn't even score in that game. What happened? You bang Chelsea. Was it fatigue, tactics? What happened?
They just finished their chances when they got them, and they
Okay.
won.
So, all right. You point back to Bernardo Silva. I saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game. And a lot of people wondering how he missed from there. Was it just one of those
Mm.
situations where the ball is then land at the right time, or was it lack of confidence, or just
It's just one of those days. It happens to the best of us. We really see it on numerous big stars do it. So
yeah? That is very true. One of those things, boy, on the day,
Or
you
maybe it was,
Mm,
just too easy to score.
true. Some of
And you
those,
just
boy,
missed.
happen on FIFA all the time, boy. Man,
Yeah.
I play even happen in real life all the
Yeah.
time. We're just you're right there. I mean, me, I remember
Hmm.
several times in front of the goal. You think it's easy, but it's not so easy, you know. But you're still strong in the group. So do you see yourself winning the group or coming in second?
I'm winning the group, no doubts about that. I
He
know
said
y'all
that
man you fans giggling,
on.
y'all win a game, and y'all feel y'all on cloud nine a giggle.
Look here.
we
Look
on the
All
here.
same we
them
on the
man
same
know.
amount of
I
points,
watch
right?
my WhatsApp status now. All them man know. Boy, you know, see for number of games. All of a sudden, everybody pop up again. But
And not
just
just
cool.
one game. We
But
need
just
number of
cool.
games. It's just one
But just
game.
cool. But just cool.
And not just
Yeah,
one game. He
probably,
didn't
probably
scoring.
if Bernardo had scored
Gee.
that goal, then the game probably outcome could have been different.
Yeah.
True. It
I
could have
mean,
been. It could have been a
Maris had
different
that.
game.
Maris had PSG's left back going crazy all game. Man
Exactly.
started cramp up first half and so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to the United game though, United played awful, awful, awful on the day.
Mm.
And they're just getting destroyed
Ronaldo
there.
too.
Yeah, Ronaldo didn't have well, they could say he didn't get no service either. But
Yo,
what's
shot.
his name? Dallo
Yo.
was get okay. Go ahead.
Yo, you see when Cavani run down the ball.
Yeah.
Who was the pass for?
Who was the pass for?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Hmm.
I remember seeing the action. I don't remember the what came before
What
that.
What are you trying to get at, Memphis?
No, just that, certain players get called lazy.
Okay, he's
Explain
still
yourself,
lazy.
Memphis. Tell Morigo.
He's still. No, let's see where you go. But now I'll come back for you. No, go ahead.
It
Go
was for
ahead.
Ronaldo,
Yeah. Ronaldo
and he
started
never
coming.
ornamented. And
Yeah.
yeah, Cavani left away behind the heat and catch up the ball. That's
Other
that
man
man.
would have guessed sword. Other man would have guessed
But
sword.
but you see,
Ronaldo
the
is
goal
steady.
can't go so far. The goal not supposed to run so far. Pass the
I
ball directly to
understand.
the goal.
You
What's wrong
you
with
you
you?
tried to compare Ronaldo and Martial a while ago. I'm trying to see how you could even possibly do that. That's one. And even if you
Marshall
want to
wasn't the,
compare
isn't the only person called lazy.
who is called lazy, he the only lazy one in the team.
Hmm.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Dallo was awful, boy. Dallo was getting killed by that guy on the left hand side, the left winger. He just had Dallo for food over there, and that was a game where buddy is like, that's why Wan Bissaka starts for that reason alone. But we'll see how that step up. Couple people here, Drew is saying over here, Donnarumma happened. That's it. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Dan Skill here saying, good night, Dale. I'm below you. You forget, you're not supposed to be talking to me, and because they were up here going back and forth. If you want that, you can go check it out. Munchie here is saying, reminder Lukaku is 0 in 4. We're going to get to Lukaku in a second. We're
Oh,
going to
he's
get to
got
him in a second, just to get a vibe
is
con- concerning him.
oh in four.
But let's talk about the Barclays manager of the month for September 2021. We got the nominees being Arteta, Guardiola, Klopp, Graham Potter, and Dean Smith. Okay, so those are the people who are nominated for Manager of the Month for September 2021. And just to give the fans a few of the background stats concerning that, Arteta played three, won three, lost none, goal differential +4. Guardiola won, played three, won two, drew one, +2. Klopp played three, won two, drew one, +6. And Potter, he played three, won two, drew one, +2. And Dean Smith also had the same with a goal differential of +1. I think to me, it seems rather obvious who should be the manager of the month. All right. But what are your thoughts on that concerning who should be manager of the month? Let's start with Sukwa, and then we move over to the Chola. All right.
Um, I think I want to say Arteta.
Okay.
And that's my view of it. I think he's been under a lot of pressure coming the first three games, and then from preseason as well. I think he's probably starting to. I mean, maybe for the last two games, I believe I've seen Arsenal start to play really good up going up front. So I think with that amount of pressure on him, um, I think he's come through pretty well for the last three games. So I would probably tip it in his favor.
What about you, Moy? Who's the manager of the month?
I give Arteta basically the
Mm.
same reasons for Sukwa.
And you, Memphis? Because you know
Um,
Shaq's going to say Arteta.
yeah, but usually when a relegation candidate wins all the games in a month, that manager gets manager of the month. So I have to go with Arteta here.
Mm. Yep. When you look at the stats, it's quite obvious. The Spaniard guided Arsenal to three straight wins, beating Norwich City, Burnley, and then of course the 3-1 victory over Tottenham. So he definitely deserves the award. But the last manager to win Manager of the Month ended up not doing so well the next month. All right, what does this say, Shaq, for Arteta? One game at a time, or this may be a drop off. Now everybody know y'all are back. They play harder, right?
Well, for me, I am not choosing Arteta as the manager of the month.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
really?
No,
Okay,
I'm not.
forgive me for.
So, we won three winnable games, and I think for me, what stood out, what manager stood out for me was Pep. He won the biggest game of the month, and it's not in. It wasn't for me. It wasn't in our typical City fashion. We saw more hard work. We saw a bit more grit from City in that game. So for that alone, because I think he's just 2 points behind Arteta. If it's just based on points alone, then yeah, clearly Arteta would win it. But then I saw it was Saturday. On Saturday, I saw a different kind of City. So I think that the manager deserves credit for that. And everybody had Chelsea winning the league too. So to put a dent in their title hopes or to stop their run a little bit, I think credit to Pep Guardiola.
Mind you, I still have City winning the league though. I
What do
still
you?
had City
What?
I'll
winning the league from the start of the season.
Okay, all
okay.
right. City,
Yeah.
a Chelsea fan, City winning the lead. Okay, you don't think you
I
can do
re-
it?
No, as I said, like there's still some rough edges, and I think you're starting to see that now. So there's still some. I mean, all teams will go through a patch where you probably have a little bit of a slow period and so on, where you struggle for some points. But I still said that for me at the start of the season, when I look at the City squad, I looked at the buys that they made, um, the depth.
But
It's still the buy. Sorry, yeah. Then the depth is still there, so I still favor them to win it.
Okay, what about you, Joe? Who's your manager of the month?
I think I was saying earlier, Graham Potter, because the English bias will be involved as per usual. One, and I don't know. I just feel like the whole story behind of it, because I don't feel like it's always based on who if somebody won all the games, because there've been manager of the months where I thought other managers would win, and then some other manager gets it just because he is the manager for a smaller team, and they're competing with the big dogs. So I think Graham Potter is a good shout. He might win it. Apart from that, I give Arteta Pep in it for me personally. Um, yeah, they beat Chelsea. However, Manchester City are the defending champions. That is the expectation. So now boost them. So it's between Arteta and Graham Potter for me.
Okay, all right, wow. And so you can't pick one.
If I pick one, I'm going to go with Arteta, of course, 100%.
Mhm.
My
Okay,
God,
all right. There's
my
no
God.
doubt,
I
no
mean,
doubt, there's
Arsenal,
no
bias
doubt,
must
there's no
prevail.
doubt in his mind. Yeah, I mean, I say that because I say Arteta simply because of the fact that he lost his first three, and then now it's a situation where look, right, I have to win, and then these are all winnable games, as Shaq mentioned, and
Hmm.
he put in a good performances in all of them, and nearly three clean sheets, so I figure
And
he's just showing them.
he
Yeah.
also had the most dominant display of football by any team this month for me. Just saying.
Oh, this month. Okay, because I was
This
gonna
month,
say
the
like
most. Yeah, because it's manager of the month, and for me, for this month,
mhm, yeah.
Arteta had the most dominant display of football by any team. Because, like, everybody was saying, oh, Spurs lost their game before, but Spurs were in the game against Chelsea for the first half. They weren't bad.
Hmm.
They looked like there was something
Yeah.
in it. They fell off the second half. They lost to Crystal Palace after a red card. We played them, and they got dominated for 90 minutes.
Well done to him as well too. All right, well that's that. I think we have some pretty good analysis there concerning that. Let's get some of the fans in on different people speaking about different things. We got Munchie here saying Arteta, he thinks so, and then someone disagrees, says how Arteta in there, he's saying are you overdue, and his
Anybody
final
who
thing
asks
says
that question doesn't know
it's
anything
cup
It's
about football.
it's
cup and
Seriously.
Wow.
Potter.
Wow.
All right, and then we have a club here too, you know. And why is Arteta doing? What is he doing in these nominations?
Like I just said.
All right,
I mean, it's just for
all
September, not
right.
for the whole season. I think
Club.
they're thinking whole
Exactly.
season.
And
I
then
think
I
they're
think
thinking whole
Exactly.
season.
Pep
Yeah,
and Arteta had bigger matches. Right? Klopp hasn't had a big. Has Liverpool have a big game yet for the
No,
season?
Arsenal only played the one big game in the month.
Yeah, which was
yeah,
Spurs.
Liverpool
Liverpool
this
has
month,
played.
Liverpool played Brentford, Palace, and Leeds.
All right.
Yeah, they haven't
And
had a
the
big
only
game.
Okay. All right. Let's talk now about the manager. I mean, the player of the month. Now the options are quite simple. They are Cancelo, Cristiano, Rudiger, Saint Maximum, Salah, and Sa. Okay, those are your options, guys. Who do you think is the player of the month? Your thoughts?
Ramsdale.
Go ahead, Shaq. You want to step? Ramsdale in there. Okay.
No, no,
I would
I
say
honestly think Ramsdale should be in there.
Yeah, I thought he would. I
he
think
played.
if he had kept
That's
the
a
clean
fair
sheet
shout.
against Spurs, he would have been in there. I honestly think so.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, how
Yep,
the
yep,
man
I
in
see
there?
that.
The man he played
That's a
against.
good
He
shout.
played against Norwich, ain't it? Joe. Yeah, that's the game he
Yeah,
came in.
that's where he came in.
Yep,
It's
he came
true.
in
Clean
then.
sheet
That's a good
Norwich,
shout.
clean sheet Burnley,
Clean sheet Burnley
and then
and liquor
yeah,
trippiness day.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
But for
Wow,
me,
he's not in
really,
there.
I would give Salah. I think Salah has done well this month.
Yep.
But I'd give a real special mention to Rudiger. especially because defenders don't get too much, don't get love all the time. I
No,
would
we don't.
really give a special mention to Rudiger. But I think if I should choose one, I'd choose Salah.
That's fair.
Okay. Looking at the actual stats, Cancelo, he got the assist for Gabriel Jesus at Chelsea, played a key role in the defense that didn't concede a goal in September. Cristiano, he scored against Newcastle, he scored against West Ham, twice in Newcastle against West Ham as well. That's 3 goals. And Rudiger, as you can see, took commanding performance in the 3-0 versus Tottenham, and he's been impressing whole month in the back line that only conceded once the entire month. St. Maximum too. He in the absence of Wilson, he brought the goals, supplied assists at United, at Watford, goals at Leeds United. But then I guess everybody looking at Salah scored his 100th goal. Strikes at Crystal Palace, strikes at Brentford. But I don't know, boys. Salah too. He stole the show at Norwich City and also did well too at Newcastle as well too for the young guys. So I mean, lots of options here from all over the place. What are your thoughts on that, Suko? Who do you think should win out of all of them?
I'm tempted to say Salah. I think he
Mm.
he has been most consistent. I think out of all the players for the last 4 games, is it 4 goals. Um, and he looks in ominous form. He looks very good.
Yeah,
Scoring in Champions League, he's carrying that form into Premier
yeah.
League. From Premier League, he's going to Champions League, vice versa. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Mo, what about you? You think Cancelo all the way? Man, for the
Can
defenders.
Cancelo definitely deserves to win this, keeping a clean sheet in all of his games that he played so far, getting an assist. Man City basically have the best defense in the league so far, so it's honorable mention. You know,
Not
Consider
bad,
no,
not bad
definitely.
shout though.
Not a bad show too, man. And Sharks right defenders need to get some more love, man, in terms of what they're capable of doing
Mhm.
going forward. And in the back, that the modern defender has to do a lot, So
Right.
that's that to see. All right. Let me see somebody here doing some trash, some older guy trash is happening here. All right. Got somebody here saying, trust the process, brothers. Um, and he's saying here, Odegaard is trash. He passes to centre backs more than anything. Only got a free kick. Okay, wow. Well, that's your
Wow.
opinion. That's a
Who is
okay.
that guy, Joe? Joe, you
That's
want
kind
you
of
you want you,
harsh.
you want to get that one?
Bro,
That was
listen.
a harsh one.
Whoever you are, I am publicly challenging you to a debate if you're willing to do so on
Oh
Freestyle
wow,
Friday.
just like that.
Because the
Oh,
level of
wow.
nonsense being distributed in this comment section is beyond me. A man say, oh, the guy is trash. He pass it. Bro,
On past the
wait,
center back. Yeah, that one
wait,
threw
wait.
me.
This man like he watch football from one of them Nokia 1100, man. I would be joking.
That's
Wow.
funny.
Moving right to that.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. But let's talk about the games, guys. You touched on that. Some great performances in the Premier League. It's all been about defense, though. Um, uh, so we come back to a few more. Jordan, I'll come and say here how. Tell me how many forward passes versus
Let
backward
me,
passes.
let me look up Odegaard so far for this
No,
season.
no,
Okay.
no, you,
So
Shaq, you don't need to
the
look up anything. You don't need to look up
man,
anything
Marco
because
Backfield.
it's not even just about passes forward or passes going backward. It's
But,
also about
but
the percentage of the completion percentage, right? And Odegaard leads the press every time Arsenal presses. Odegaard presses for 90 minutes. And you're going to come in here and tell me this man trash? Almost every attack that is built in Arsenal's midfield, Odegaard
Mhm.
is an integral part of it. Because when Partey gets the ball, Odegaard is there to collect. And listen, that guy always makes the right pass. Sometimes you might see a pass and you see, okay, it looks like Aubameyang slipping in, and you think to yourself, boy, Odegaard play the ball now. But then he picks a pass, and when he picks the pass and you really look at it, you realize why he picked the pass, and you say, boy, this man, brilliant.
You're right.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
just
All
to say,
right.
I mean, Joe, honestly, it's really nothing to even talk about because he has 35 passes forward and 41 passes backward. But like Joe was saying, he- the situation every time you pick up the ball, that you just can't make a pass forward. Football don't go like that. if the pass is not forward, it's going to pass it forward for passing forward sake, so that your stats don't say that you're passing more
Bro,
backwards than forward.
a man say
I
Arteta
mean,
fanboy
that's
headless
that's what
chicken.
Bruno do.
Yeah, that's what he says here. Guy is an Arteta fan and headless chicken lover.
That
Run a
is
Hey,
lot
look,
in
fun.
most important position in a
Drake
4-2-3-1.
Slicer pull up on Friday. All the
Okay, all
smoke
right.
available. All the smoke available. Pull up.
Wow.
Oh boy, O'Neal just arrived in the chat. He's like, Diaz is
That's
better than
greatness.
who?
Greatness
Yo,
is here,
I
guys.
where did the Diaz Van Dyke thing come in?
Oh
I don't
yes.
when the
understand.
fact that Diaz
Is
had
the
an
title.
incredible year, in basically, marshalling a defense there to numerous clean sheets, and Van Dijk did the same exact thing the season before and won a title. So they had to be
Bro,
compared.
but not no but Moy, before I say this, no bias against Diaz.
Oh
I
wow, hit a
rate
disclaimer.
Diaz highly.
Hit a disclaimer.
However,
Here
personally,
we go.
I do not think Diaz has done enough in the Premier League to be getting compared to Virgil van Dijk. Honestly, honest
Okay,
opinion.
I
How
will
many
I
Virgil
will
seasons
fight for Moy. I
is
will
Diaz
fight
in
for
now?
Moy.
How many seasons
What
is Diaz? Or has Diaz played?
this is
the one
last season,
season.
isn't it? That was his
It was
Just
debut
last
just last
season,
season.
isn't it?
season.
The one season.
Okay.
And bear in mind, Virgil was doing numbers not just at Liverpool, no, since at Southampton with
Mm-hmm.
that team.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil has been doing good consistently. Virgil is one of few players that you can say a team. Liverpool is one of few teams where you can say they added one player and it's almost as if it changed everything. Because the
Uh,
minute they added Van Dijk,
Moy,
it was a game changer.
Moy, hold on there. Let me ask Joe this, Joe. But wouldn't you say, because we talk a lot about eye tests and then we talk a lot about numbers, but just on eye test alone, wouldn't you say that wouldn't you say that DS is comparable to Van Dyke?
Right now in current form, yeah. But what I'm saying is
Moy try hold
this
back, boy.
this this comparison where we're talking about like at some points, if you look at the latter the debates, they're saying, oh, Diaz has surpassed Van Dijk and all this madness. I think they're going a bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly
I would
speaking,
agree with
for
that.
me personally,
Hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he has done enough to be put all the way up there. Is Diaz a solid centre back? He's one of the best in the league without a doubt. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I still think
Yeah,
that Van Dijk holds that ground.
And Van Dijk is a Champions League winner too with Liverpool.
Yeah, I still
Same
think
Oh
Van
season
Dijk
that they
holds
won
that
the
boy.
league.
ground.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying no well dear Joe. I'm not saying that he's better, but I think that both of them could be put in the same class. When you look at both of
Yep.
them play, how they command the defense, how they marshal everything behind there. I don't. If you told me I can't get Van Dyke and I get DS, I wouldn't even be down about it.
I don't know. I like I said, I will say for me, I will say Diaz is probably Diaz and okay, put it this way. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. Diaz and Van Dijk are probably the two best centre back in the league right now. And and if
Not
we're just
because
going off
Gabriel
of
just
this,
come back. Yeah.
if we're going off of this season, we'll put Rudiger in it too. Because Rudiger
Oh, this
is
guy.
doing very good right now as well. But
Yeah.
overall, centre
Yes.
backs, I think Diaz still has a bit more to do to catch up to Van Dijk.
Yeah, I
To
guess
catch up.
you have to compare them over probably have like the same amount of time
Mhm.
or the length of time. He just That's just his first season. That last year was just his first season. That Van Dijk has been what? That's his third in Liverpool colors or second? Was it third?
That would last season, where I think would have been his third when he got the injury.
Right when he got the injury, that
Yeah,
Right.
wrote off most of
Mhm.
that year. Yeah.
Julie says here that Marquinhos is better than Diaz.
Come on, no, Julie, you're wilding. Just stop that.
On FIFA
Really,
maybe.
truly, stop
Mm,
that.
is there any truth to
Let's
that?
go again. Next
Marquinhos
comment, Josh.
is a top centre back, but I don't.
All right, and O'Neal agrees. Facts.
boy,
Marquinhos clear.
Mark O'Neal would agree,
you're not gonna lie, you know,
Oh boy.
you
and
can't
you
handle
two would
this.
agree,
He says
Joe.
I think he
You can't,
mentions
you
here
can't.
later.
If we're talking about right now
Yeah,
in
good
football,
good night, fellas. Good night.
if we're No, again, it just depends on what the argument is. If we're talking about overall all time, again, Diaz has not done enough to compare with even Marquinhos. But if we're
Can
What
I
has
talking about
Marquinhos
can
done?
I interject
if we're
here?
talking
Because
about
this is
Yeah,
where the
Ma, you
interjection
do
hyperfootball
it
comes.
in
right
there.
now,
Because
Let me just mute my
because
mic. Ma,
y'all
do
talking about Diaz don't do enough. When Van Dijk came into Liverpool, everybody was praising him. Oh, he's better than Ramos. He's better than Varane. Up there in Ballon d'Or charts for third place. And defenders have been doing that. So cut that nonsense we're talking about. Diaz hasn't done enough
facts,
because the
Ma,
same hype
facts.
y'all gave Van Dijk. And I'm not saying I'm only hyping it up because y'all saying it like that. At the moment, Van Dijk is better than Diaz. He is. But at the moment, Diaz is an upcoming say, but y'all cannot bring the argument because he's saying, oh, he hasn't done enough. When Van Dijk came in, it's the same exact thing he did, just like Diaz, and he got all this love. So I don't
bro. But
understand why it's not there for Diaz.
Van Dijk was in the Premier League before. Van Dijk was shining
Diaz
at
was
Southampton,
balling in,
which
in,
is
in the
why he
Portuguese
went.
league and in the Portuguese national team.
Bro, we're talking about
He
Premier
won,
League.
didn't Diaz win Euros? Didn't Diaz win
I don't
Nation
think
League
it was in the
final?
the Nations League, but not the Euros. I think.
Not the
Yeah, the
I
Euros.
mean,
Nations
Yeah,
yeah,
the
League.
the
Nations
Nations
League. The
League.
Nations League.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And who they played? That team didn't even win.
Bro, but
Y-
Van
Look,
Yeah,
Dijk's
Joe,
playing
But
better
Joe,
I
than
you
think we're
see,
mixing
anything
the
since at Southampton.
right. I think we're
yeah,
mixing
It's
Joe,
the
not like
you
it's
argument
not
see,
like
too
it's not
quick.
like Van Dijk just went to Liverpool and then boom.
mm,
Oh, we started praising Van Dijk. Van
yeah,
Dijk
but
was
remember, you have to give Diaz sufficient time. They're not on terms in terms of time in the league, in the Premier League. I mean, when like you look at them on a fair scale,
no, he
you
has
know,
yeah, agreed.
nothing.
Diaz just came in, so you have to give him at least another 2 seasons, and then you can give a better comparison. Let's
Yeah,
say,
true.
okay,
Right.
If you're going to do a
Let
comparison
me
with the
jump
two,
here because
mm,
Joe, hear what I'm saying? I think we're mixing the argument. I think we're mixing the
mhm.
discussion. I think you're saying that he hasn't surpassed Van Dijk. I think that's your argument,
No, he
and
hasn't.
I'm agreeing with you. He hasn't surpassed. I think Moy would agree too, ain't it? He hasn't surpassed Van Dijk.
I mean, over hype
It's
expectations.
partner.
Hmm?
Charlie, you're breaking up. I
But
didn't
if we
hear
look,
you.
but if we
I
looking at
didn't.
it, let's do this. How many you know what? Never mind. Y'all go ahead. I'll give you y'all go ahead. Because I know
Boy, as a
this
football
conversation is
fan,
going to go all the
as
way,
a
and I
football
really
fan,
think Ruben Diaz is up there. We're
no,
alongside with him.
as a football fan, Moy, as a football fan, not as a City fan, as a football fan, would you tell me that Ruben Diaz is better than Virgil van Dijk?
I would say they together.
Okay. I
But
would
I
say Diaz is on his way there, but he's not there yet.
so Joe, you
And
would say that
that's
Van Dijk is a
no
nine
hate for
and
Diaz.
Diaz is a what?
Sorry?
Van Dijk is a nine and Diaz would be a what on a scale from 1 to 10 for you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, if Van Dijk is a 9, I'd say Diaz is the 8 or 7.5.
Right.
about
I would
eight.
say eight, and I would agree with that eight. I would
About eight.
certainly agree with that eight.
Mhm.
I don't think the gap is that wide. Let's
No,
get some comments in. Akin is saying Virgil was in the Premier League, Premier doing it for years before he went to Liverpool. O'Neill is saying Diaz got one prem and he better than Marquinhos, who been doing this for years. For me,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Van Dijk
whoa,
is the
whoa,
best
whoa! Not
defender to ever touch the league.
Pardon?
ah,
To ever do what?
yo,
Okay,
this
over John
this
Terry and Rio
comparison
Ferdinand
And
makes
and
no
Titch?
Vidic.
sense
Give me a break.
because I swear in the comments I think they saw they was mentioning Ruben Diaz in Portuguese league, and then you come in Marquinhos doing it
Yeah,
for
he's talking
years
about
in
Benfica.
in French league. So what are you really saying? These two leagues are basically nobody think nothing about them because PSG,
yeah.
of course, PSG is going to dominate.
Farmers League, they call it.
Right, right. Let's continue. Jalil is saying he need Chelsea to buy Marquinhos, dog. Kim Pembe is trash. Marquinhos is a different gravy. Jalil is saying people underrated this youth for the last couple of years. I think he's talking about Marquinhos. O'Neill is
Hmm.
saying more. You never go watch this at Benfica. Stop lie. The man say lie. The man
Sounds
say
like
lie.
they never watch Marquis. They don't watch PSG games. I know that. So come again.
Monchi saying Leonardo Bonucci gave this 10 out of 10. So argument done. Bro, we watch Marquinhos in UCL. Say stop lie. Diaz came
So
from the
who are you?
Portuguese
But
league. Um,
Benfica wasn't in UCL.
yeah, he was in the same league against Memphis. You don't see Marquinhos in UCL.
Yo,
Um,
I think if you're going to write comments, I think they should make it sensible and not come with
Wow.
nonsense that they don't know what
Yo,
they're saying.
yo, for the
Because
no
this
no
is
no.
highly
For the
ridiculousness.
whole night, for the whole
Be,
night, yeah, so did
because
the
they're
fans,
coming here
dog.
and making a point that when you say something else, it's totally contradictory. Because they're talking about I never watch him in the league. They don't watch Marquinhos.
Wow.
They bring in the man in UCL. Like how many games is that? Like one or two, and you're still talking. You give me a
Oh
break.
boy.
Anyway, I could behave myself for
Josh,
the
now that you're back, I want to let you chime in here because where would you, where were you on the not the Marquinhos, the Diaz versus Van Dyke debate, and then some people now have been throwing Marquinhos in this Diaz Marquinhos debate. Where do you stand, bro?
My stance is that, well, my stance is based off the fact I think Virgin van Dijk should have won the Ballon d'Or the year that they won the Champions League. That's what I think. All right. I think that defenders don't get enough love. I think you should have won it that
That's
year.
yeah,
All
facts.
right.
He is no.
Everybody else,
when
the standard
when
was
when
always that one. Your team,
when
you brought this team to second. They nearly pipped the City to the title. You
Mhm.
won't win the Champions League after winning the title the season before. Ever since Liverpool, you joined Liverpool. They've been title contenders because they never could keep clean sheets, and you and Allison basically did. So Allison should be number 2 and 3. That's what I think. He should have
Oh,
been. That's what he should have been. He should have been up there 1 and 2. And I'm a United fan saying that for Liverpool, right?
Mhm.
With that being said, I think that what Diaz did last year, regardless of what he has done previous years and his first year, when you watch him 1 on 1, a defender on the ball, I think he's just as good as Virgil van Dijk. I don't think
But
Virgil
Josh,
van Dijk
when
is better than
uh,
him.
how far we have to go back now to see when last defender won the champions, not champions, but won the Ballon d'Or?
Cannavaro.
Cannavaro,
Cannavaro
2006.
in
Cannavaro.
06? 06, any.
Cannavaro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that
But
six.
we
goes
are,
way back out there.
let me throw this one up because I would ask y'all again, Suko. You can answer this one before I know Maury probably wants to get the jump at this. I think if you put Jordan Marshall is saying this. I think if you put Marquinhos in the City squad, he does the same, if not more. Talking about Diaz, of course.
Okay, Shaq, Marquinhos has been in the game longer, right, than
Right.
Diaz
Mm-hmm.
comparatively. He's been at PSG for a long time. He's been in the Brazilian team. So I mean, maybe in terms of experience, he's a. I mean, in terms of that, that's the only thing I can probably think of in terms of experience. He's up there. I mean, Diaz is just coming into his own right now. He's playing the first time he's going to a very competitive league. As I said, time. You have to give them time, especially Diaz. It's just his first season, coming to his second right now. So give him that. That's why I say for me, like the benchmark would be like 3 years for me to really give a proper assessment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All
Mhm.
right, Josh, go
I
ahead.
have I
Yeah,
have
I think. Go ahead, Maury.
Maury, go ahead.
oh sorry, it's just a question. Is it because that Man City did not win the Champions League last season makes that a
Yeah,
problem?
yeah. I think that's part of it.
Okay.
But Marquinhos has played in the Champions League for a long time. He hasn't won
He
for
hasn't
PSG.
won either. That's true as
Sure.
well.
Facts.
Yeah.
Sukwa.
Nah,
I,
I think the Champions League would have given Diaz an additional boost because
Hmm.
then you
yeah.
can make the
Fair
argument
enough.
that hey,
Yeah,
Diaz came in, he did what Van Dijk did and won the
wonderful.
Champions League in his first
First
season.
season.
So then that would
Hmm.
be the argument. I think with the Marquinhos thing, realistically, if you
Wow.
really check it out, while we say with Marquinhos, um, like you said, the experience and whatever, we can also say that just about any backline Marquinhos has played in, Marquinhos has always been the best defender. Always. I
I
don't think
I
I don't think we can argue with that.
Maybe Brazil, probably
I
not.
mean, for me,
Maybe
I
it's a
thought it was
massive
a
other thing.
foregone conclusion that
Mhm.
Diaz was, I didn't think that Diaz quality would have been questioned. I didn't think that that's one of the persons we would have questioned. And O'Neill is asking, bruh, is Diaz even better than Laporte? Because Laporte injured, we forget how good he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Laporte was balling. That is a fact. But then
Yeah.
here's my
yeah.
thing now. You take the Diaz and put him in the Southampton squad that Virgil van Dijk was shining in. Would he do the same thing there?
I
Probably,
think
yeah.
so. I think
Yeah,
so.
I think they have the same
Yeah,
qualities.
and they have
No,
the
it's
I
same
mean,
just
qualities.
a question. I'm not saying he would. I'm
I
just
mean,
Right,
I'm
I'm looking
asking.
for weakness in Diaz's game, and I'm just not
right.
seeing it. And
No,
That's
I
it
think
then.
I think the guy is the real deal. Honestly, I do. But I just don't think he's I think like they need to allow the man to continue doing his thing and
Yeah.
show
yeah,
that he can continue to play at this level for an extended period of time consistently. And
Okay.
yeah,
then you say, okay,
And then
yeah.
yeah, then you can make the comparison. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think
One
he
last
lacks
thing.
experience. Is the only weakness you probably would say.
Hmm.
The others have more experience than him. Marquinhos, especially on international level, they probably have more
Yeah.
experience than him. You know, I'm
Hmm.
more good.
Uh, yeah, I was, if Van Dijk is better than Diaz, it's not by that far off. And why I get heated in this kind of argument every time is because Van Dijk got so much hype after, this Liverpool stuff. He did very well. I have to
Yeah.
give him. He did good for Liverpool. I have to give him that praise. You cannot take that away.
Hmm.
But then, if you're doing comparison to how him and Diaz did, you know, it's deserving. And it's when people say, "Oh, that he hasn't done it for long," then it's a thing. But my thing is that the same with Van Dijk and the same time Liverpool won Champions League. I think Alisson was remarkable for them also,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
That's facts.
Alisson deserves some love too, which I really think that
Plenty
he
love.
didn't get, but it was all placed on Van Dijk. But Alisson came up big also, so then that was the
Allison
thing too.
won the Copa
Yeah.
with Brazil that same year.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
That's
what
the,
I'm
the
saying. This is what I'm
that same
saying. Who
season.
decides these things? It's so annoying.
Yep.
I
Bro,
mean,
but
And
wait, wait, wait.
Moy, I can bite the
cancel the Ballon
I
d'Or.
can bite I can bite
cancel
the
no,
it,
point
you
man.
I
you
can
agree.
just
cancel
made
it
there,
after
Moy.
Lewandowski win. You can
Let me tell
cancel it
you why
after.
What's
I
that?
can
No.
I now I'm saying I can bite the point you just made in terms of the fact that you're saying, oh, Van Dyke and all the hype and that Diaz is just as good and you basically make that is almost like you're saying he's accomplished doing just about the same thing. But then look at it
Mm,
this way. Van Dyke was performing at Southampton, right? He then
fair
stepped
enough.
up and elevated a bigger team, right? Even further, right? Made them, took them from title contenders to title winners and Champions League winners, right? Then, even after the first season, a lot of persons were saying that, oh, Van Dijk would not be able to do it again. He would not be able to continue playing like that. He came back the next season, and what did he do? He did the same thing. He came back the third season, which was last season. He had the long-term injury. He came out. He came back this season from such a long-term injury, and it's almost as if the man never went anywhere. That's a different level of class, King.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So in other words, we watch and wait to see what Diaz has to offer again for us this season. If he do it,
You know.
it's the next step. If he does, it's the motion. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I expect him to do it because watching him and what the eye test, looking at this, the man is a solid defender.
Yeah.
He
We
is.
well
Uh,
we have good shot. Good.
I wanted to get to that comments. I see my boy in the comments there. We've been looking for him for weeks now.
Yeah.
For weeks now. We have a Terry Andrew sighting.
We
We
do
have a
breaking
Terry
news.
Andrew sighting.
Breaking news. Terry Andrew is here. All right. So he says here, yo, we still next right now. All right, for those of you who don't know, he's a Tottenham fan, and so they did not have a very good September. They had a great August, but their September was kind of rough there.
Only, the only Tottenham fan in Antigua.
Only
I
Tottenham.
tell you. No, we
I
have
hear
two
Shem.
actually. We know
Hear
he
Shem.
and Shem. He is sharp.
I
Yeah,
I know
right.
a
This other
couple.
guy. You know, couple.
In
You should invite
Antigua?
them on.
Them are in their hole.
Okay,
You know
well, you didn't
Tottenham
draw
fan in
them out.
Antigua?
Yeah.
Tottenham get battered
Oh
everywhere
boy.
they
Wow.
go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
Everywhere they
Okay.
go.
Let me just say something about this though. We have a stat here. Didn't Virgin Valley have some crazy record like no one drew a pass in for the whole season? I don't believe in
Yeah.
this. I hear you, John and Marshall, but I don't believe in this stat, man. I hate this stat. This is like the worst stat ever for a defender. Because I remember for a while Lindelof had a similar stat, and nobody's
Mhm.
putting him on the level of Virgin van Dijk. Okay,
It
so
was the same season. They both went without getting double points.
exactly, because them man don't make no tackles. That's the point.
True.
Everybody afraid get beat. So the man a back up, a back up, a back up, a back up, and now put them foot in. So I mean, I don't know if I agree with this stat here, man. I don't know, but that's that. We see. So that's that. One thing so for sure though is that we gotta quickly jump in to the
Yeah,
reviews for the weekend because we
please.
chatting about defenders. I didn't mean to cause such a stir with my title, but I guess it worked. All right. So quickly, 7:30 match is Man United versus Everton. They haven't been playing well. The team has been all over the place. Memphis, what is your result for this game? You gonna finally click or more of the same?
Free Donny. 2-1 United.
Oh, that's true. All right. Hashtag free Danny. I heard Danny was on the sideline. He spit out his gum when he see Fred come on and he cover his face and he vex.
I
That's the
mean,
rumor
if
going
if
around on
if
social
if
media.
Fred is coming out in front of you, wouldn't you be upset too?
Mhm.
Stats.
You
Fred could
Was
buy
it
stats about
was it
stats.
coincidental or was it really he was upset because of Fred going on?
I don't know,
Nobody
but it's
knows.
just
Nobody
funny.
knows.
It's still funny though.
That's what they're talking about. Nobody knows. If I said about vex now, soon as the Fred
Yeah,
get up,
I
man
saw the
spit out the
clip.
gum,
It was
man
one
cover
of
his, the
the
man like,
right.
what? You know? Oh, the media love that one there. The media love that. So that's that. But let me see. 2-1, 2-1 Everton. Anybody else think otherwise?
Two
Think
one
Everton will win this
United.
game?
2-1
Or 2-1
United.
United? Anybody
I
think 2-1
one
Everton?
one
I'm
I
one
think
going
a
one
draw.
one. Yeah, I'm going
1-1
one
draw.
one.
Okay,
No,
all
I
right.
think I actually think Manu win this game. Something around this 4 or 3-1. Because they do this thing every season. They lose couple game, they draw couple game, them have some scrappy wins, and then they right when the pressure begins to pile up on Ole, they go on a
Yeah.
little run.
Mm.
Pogba come out and start do some world class flick. Perfectly timed.
So,
Bruno score some magnificent free kick. Ronaldo could
Mhm.
probably
so,
score one hat trick. But the Mario could stop them from getting one
so
clean sheet.
Joe, what is the scoreline?
Three
What
Joe,
is
or
the
four
scoreline,
one.
Joe?
what you
Three
got
or four
clean
one
3-1.
sheet?
United. Plus remember, I
I
hope you
sound like
pick
I
one.
sound like mind games though.
No,
Mind
Tell
games
you.
that
if
what
a
you
Me
just
pick
not
said.
if a
bad,
pick
me
four
not
to
bad with
keep
either.
them.
I
If a
say
pick
my
four to
games.
keep
No, no,
them.
no, Joe, brother. You accused me last time of my games, but you tell everybody to put
Triple
The Mari
captain
Green to
Ronaldo.
score. The Mari Green to score.
Yeah, but he
He
got
got
an
an
assist.
assist though. He got an assist.
But you said he
Yeah,
was
but
going to
that one
score.
assist
You
that
you tell
equal
the
not
man,
no good for a true
you
captain.
tell the man, and then captain Ronaldo get 4 points with captain.
I never said Captain Ronaldo, but I never said Captain Ronaldo.
I said captain son and he scored, so I'm in the
I
clear.
never said Captain Ronaldo. I said Captain De Bruyne. That's what I said. Remember? And we
That,
but
said
but that,
so.
that was bad advice too.
We
It
going
was. It
4-1.
was very bad advice. Right?
but anyway,
But
I'm all for
go ahead.
positive results from United, so Oli can keep his job for longer.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Yes.
Only at the wheel.
Yes. Yeah. We see here Fred was good at left back. We have a question here.
Hey,
Quickly.
hey.
Quickly. We don't have no time for this. All right. No, not that one day. Where is it? The question was somewhere where somebody was asking if the goal in the Champions League was offside. There we go. Question of the day was Ronaldo's goal offside? Memphis.
Um, on paper,
I don't know, but
it kind of looks so.
I think so.
okay.
Okay. All right. All
Because
right. Somebody was saying that.
After Lingard passed back the ball, he fell down in front of the keeper.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I heard
No, but
too.
I think there
I heard people
wasn't a
saying the
dude on the
same.
line. No? One dude by
No,
the keeper, no?
no.
Cartwright,
Yeah.
okay.
But then people were saying that if that's the offside, then the Aston Villa goal against United offside too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Mm.
All
Well, I want
right.
to see the United man.
Let me see,
Sir,
guys.
De Bruyne get a yellow card. You know, I hear nothing but the
I
teeth
mean,
on the
that's a
back.
red. That's a red.
Yo,
End of
You know, I hear the
discussion.
teeth.
that
It's a red. It's
same
a red,
exact
bro.
tackle.
It
Wow.
was worse,
Anyway,
though. It was worse.
No, the De Bruyne one
yeah,
worse than the one Misaka
it
one.
was worse. Yeah,
No,
but the
yeah, that's
same
very true.
point.
The De Bruyne one was worse.
Get rid of
Yeah,
that boy. Anyway,
facts.
you can't give De Bruyne a red card, man.
Yeah,
He's De Bruyne.
you can't get the best midfielder in the world, I reckon.
Nope,
Come on.
nope, nope.
Wow.
He sell the
But
tickets.
everybody was crying when Pogba pinky to touch never shin pad. But you know,
No,
Okay.
but come on. That was because of what had happened prior to that
yeah,
with Granit
yeah, okay.
Xhaka. You know that. You know that. You know that. Come on.
All right,
Don't try to sway the
Okay.
narrative. Don't do that.
all right, buddy.
Let's talk here. Suka, talk to me quickly, right? Chelsea versus Southampton. Have
Boy.
teams figured out Lukaku? Figured him out?
No.
Haven't scored?
No,
Lukaku was hard
no,
to
no,
discuss.
no, I don't think so.
Southampton held City. So they will hold you too.
No, no. we
Drew
don't play it like that.
United, drew
No, it
with
doesn't mean
City, draw with Chelsea. It's coming. It's coming.
Chelsea
Y'all
1-0.
put Chelsea 1
Chelsea
0.
1-0. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game though. I can
Yo,
tell you.
what the name of that defender, man? That weak defender of Joe. You know that in fantasy, guys. From Southampton, Moy.
Livramento.
Livramento.
Put Livramento in your team this weekend, guys. Clean sheet
That's
is
it,
coming.
Clean sheet.
Livramento
Wow.
the boss. Yo, come to Livramento. Livramento get
Um,
3 points this weekend, right?
You only
Yeah,
listen to
right.
you only take notes when Suko talk.
Yeah,
I
better
only,
off.
I leaving it for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
better
leaving my
off
notebook
captain
and pen
in
for tomorrow.
Tommy Yasu or Johnson
Hear
from
this man.
Brentford. Okay?
Oh man. Okay, for real though, triple captain Jimenez, Newcastle to get 4.
I can chime in on
Right.
the Chelsea game real quick though.
Go ahead, big boss. Talk to me.
You know, a little petty salt here though. When Lukaku was at United, everybody called him a little team bully. But I guess everybody forgot about that now.
Apparently.
Little what?
A little team bully.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but you go Chelsea and the big
But that's
striker
fine.
now.
That
But
if
that's
you know,
fine.
that if you know, we okay, he's known
When
for
you
being a
never
little
score
team
against
bully
Arsenal?
in the Premier League, true. But
Moy.
yeah, exactly.
Little
Team bully.
team bully. Little team bully.
Wow.
Somebody
Boy,
take a chance.
boy.
Wow.
You
That
thought,
was munchy.
yo, Joe, he thought he was trolling. He thought he was
boy,
trolling.
I expect that from Monty, not from you. Okay?
Oh
Moving right
man.
along.
Oh man.
In Lukaku's defense, the man not get no chance.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
have
the
to get
game against
service, man.
City. Look at the game against City. The man not get no chance.
No, you get one. You get one chance, man. You get a chop on the left hand side. He's supposed to score that. When he hold out the defender with the right
You
hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's classic Lukaku. He's supposed to slap them with the left foot in the bottom
Yeah, but
corner.
come on, man. The man they get
Lukaku
no chance.
equals
And then not just
Werner.
that, Timo Werner was, trying to
Bernardo
run off.
equals Werner.
Was trying to run off of Lukaku. So it ended up being a case. It ended up being a case where now it ended up being a case now where Lukaku have to try for fight. Lukaku had to try to fight off both Laporte and Diaz. Because the man are basically double teaming. What the man supposed to do?
Score.
However,
Score. That's what he's supposed to do. Big striker score. You wouldn't give the same thing to Lewandowski and he'd throw Cristiano or anybody else as a big striker and Bruno and Salah.
no.
So troll him too. He's supposed to score. He's supposed to score.
Come on, Josh. It's one thing if you're getting the chances and you're not shoot. The man not gonna. The one thing I will say though, what I didn't like about Lukaku, yeah, you're getting double team or whatever and whatnot. But at the same time, you were supposed to do Lukaku this big giant bully ball.
Joe, Cristiano again. United played awful, but big strikers when they get the one chance, you score. And he didn't do it.
Lukaku has never been known as that one striker that scored that big banger ever. But
you get the big move, man. You get the big move to Chelsea, and we talked in previous shows about elevating him to the level of Lewandowski. Getting up there, you're scoring the goals in them, man. It's about time. Is he a good striker or a bad striker? What do you see? Average?
Bro, listen to me. As I was saying, the only criticism I have of Lukaku in that Man City game, yes, you're getting double team, but I felt like he allowed it to happen. You're supposed to be this big, strong bully ball striker. The one time Lukaku played any sort of bully ball was at the end of the game when he get the foul, he got fouled and he got back up and continued running. That's it.
I think
Apart
his
from that,
touch was
Lukaku
Yeah,
letting
is
him
we
down
need the next match
tremendously
have
in
a
that
try
game.
over it. Man just
apart
need
from
to
that,
just
he's
keep
just
them
standing
quiet on it.
Let's move on, guys.
Good.
Jimenez.
Yeah, no, nobody
Yeah,
left.
good shout.
Yeah, that's fucking
No,
weird.
Okay.
we're gonna get there in a second here.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Yeah, man.
Wolves, Newcastle.
None.
Wolves win. None. Okay.
Wolves win.
So
Wolves win for me.
Wolves win.
Mm,
It's
okay.
two
All
Newcastle too
right.
that struggle.
wasteful, man. Newcastle too wasteful.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw the
Which
highlights
one,
from
bro?
last season.
He did. He's
I
very
mean,
wasteful. We need more
we get them
chances.
chances.
Burnley, Norwich City. Burnley.
Of course.
Yeah.
This.
Norwich
Yo,
City.
y'all looking at this
My
game
goodness.
like seriously, Josh? Why bring up this? Lord, you know,
Yes,
see, y'all.
Yo.
Come on, people.
I'll wait like 2 seconds.
Yo, 1-0 Norwich.
Okay,
Sharp.
Leeds Watford. This is a nice game. Sa
Yo,
versus Rafina.
Yo, a 6-6 that game was on.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
6-6.
Probably,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't mind, man, as long as I got Rafina inside my team. So if each does score 3 goals, good stuff. Wait, say, it work? Yeah, Norwich upset. Okay,
This is
all right.
this is Leeds' first win.
Interesting. All right, Tottenham, Aston Villa. Good game.
Villa win.
With Terry.
On Villa.
Villa bang them. Aye.
Villa 2-0.
If Kane get dropped, Spurs 5-0.
And Kane
if Kane-
scored hat-trick today, crazy.
Ooh.
Against
Kane
who,
scored
Moy?
today?
Yeah, he scored.
Against who, Moy? Against who?
That's true. Some team from Slovenia, boy. We team name.
Warm up, man. They want you want
Hey, stop talk bad about teams from
Goal.
places that they are not accustomed to hearing them from.
True.
Because Sheriff will come far.
Sheriff at the top of the group.
Fuck.
Sheriff at the top of the group. 6 points in the building. Look where the man compared to Real Madrid squad. And the man
We have a
say,
sighting.
me stop make predictions. This is the same guy, right? After game week, what a
We're
top will win
winning
in the league.
the league.
They'll win the league after 1 year.
Terry's the best boy. There's one Terry. Terry's the
Get
best.
get down, boy. Man.
I tell you, boy. Liam Bailey is
Bale
slapping
fit?
tree. I hope so.
3-0.
Yeah,
He always injured though.
Danny Ings
I
2.
know.
Munchie saying 2-1 Spurs.
Okay.
Me hear somehow that Hazard get paid more money at Real Madrid than the entire
the
wage
whole
budget
yeah.
for Sheriff.
For
He
sure.
had a populous day.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good.
That's why I love football. That's why I love football.
crazy.
West Ham versus Brentford.
That's the game. 3-3.
That's the
It's a good game.
3-3.
Yep.
Yo, Captain Antonio.
All right. Let's go,
Problems.
Captain Tony.
Captain Tony.
Yeah, Captain Tony. Fuck.
That
Yo.
would be a
So
nice
wait a
scoring
minute,
game.
so wait to write that down.
What you say?
Shaggy
Captain Tony. Tony
Last
Gonzo.
time,
No.
last time we did this, right? Moy legit had a notepad and pen, right? He was so.
Tony going in Zuma back pocket.
Oh, for real? I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yo, nobody
I don't
can
see
shock
Be the
Tony.
own goal
Dog.
in this game.
I don't see
Nobody
it.
can shock Tony. Dog.
Yo, Tony big for real now. He
Yo, 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Yeah, but that's that'll be
Crystal
a-
Palace, Leicester. Good game. Good game. Leicester get knocked out. Leicester lose today. Leicester lose
That's to
today.
lose today. I tell you, I
They
lost
lost.
on Friday.
1-0 today in
Okay.
Ting League. In the Europa League, yeah. Some down there. They lost
Yeah,
1-0.
I'm going. You know what? 1-1.
1-0 Crystal.
Yeah,
Because
draw.
Palace
1-1.
not gonna stop them from scoring. So 1-1.
1-1. 1-1.
But Palace gonna need a
1-1.
penalty though to score. Palace gonna need a penalty. So it could be 1-0 Leicester.
Stats. Brighton, Arsenal. This is the
Trouble.
clash right
Big
here.
game.
Trouble. Trouble.
Yes. This is the clash. What time this game? What time this game is? Somebody find what time.
12:30 Saturday. 12:30 Saturday.
Saturday.
What a joking time.
Perfect time. Perfect
Madrid.
time. Ooh, we see how
The
this
Super
big
Teleco
Arsenal fan here.
What's the question?
Suki, talk to
Preview.
us. Talk to us. Give us the
Preview,
analysis,
preview
Sukwa.
2030.
Oh,
What
Cherry
is
says
preview?
4-0 Brighton.
Alright,
Boy,
alright.
that's so passionate. That's so bitter.
Hey,
Oh
Josh,
my
That one
no,
is
this
so
one me no
bitter.
want to hear.
give him a in your
Me no
squad
want to
captain.
hear this.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Yo,
boy. You guys,
yo.
honestly, the way Morpie playing right now,
Mopai
I don't
captain.
know, man. Morpie's, yo, Brighton deep. Duffy in the defense now. Oh,
Total.
man.
Two
Yo,
none.
for
Yo.
real,
Oh,
though.
Two
Jake,
none
God.
Arsenal.
Most improved
Where's it go?
defender. Check Duffy's
2-0
stats.
Arsenal. 2-0.
Yeah,
Clean
Two
I
sheet.
like that
Two
show. I
Ramsdale
none.
like that
again.
show.
Relegate
clean
no
sheet.
Ramsdale.
What do
Just
you mean
call
clean
him when
sheet?
you
Yes,
need to.
What you say
Arsenal have
clean sheet
Arsenal
like
the
Ramsdale.
that
best
for?
Asian in the league
Yeah.
right
Clean
now.
sheet,
No.
Chuck. Them,
What me what you
who has failed? Have they failed to score? They've scored in every game.
but
Haven't they
nobody
scored
but
in
no,
every game?
who have
Hey,
they played
listen.
against? Have they played against the quality and the caliber of Gabriel and Ben White and the Great Wall
They
of
played
Tommy
against
Yasu?
they
Thomas
played against
Partey.
everybody. Okay, I'm gonna turn it to Memphis for a quick second. They
Thomas.
played against everybody
Pronounce
above
it
you.
properly. Thomas.
Oh my
And so what
goodness.
that mean? And so what that
They played
mean?
against everybody above you. I banged
So
them.
what that
I
mean?
banged
And
them. Ima,
who have they played against, Josh? Talk
I
facts.
really,
Who have they played against?
you know, actually, I have no idea.
Don't just
I
spout
have,
things. Say we won, back
I
it
really
up.
don't know. I
Back
really
it
don't know
up.
who they played against. Right? I
You
really
know,
don't know. I'm gonna check and see.
Hey, you
why
know
we
what?
talk about
Just that.
Brighton?
3-0 Arsenal.
Let's go,
Yes.
Brighton.
3-0
Brighton has played.
Arsenal.
Brighton,
Watch it.
listen this.
Watch, watch, watch,
Brighton
watch,
played
watch.
against Burnley. They played against Watford. They played against
Yeah.
Everton, Brentford, Leicester, and Palace.
Mm.
Then they play against somebody.
Yeah. Brentford beat you, and Leicester are top team, and Everton are
No,
above
Leicester's
you,
not a top
and
team. Y'all just
Undefeated
stop that.
side.
Burnley are
Stop
above
that.
you, and
Stop
Watford
that,
are
Josh.
above you. They
Side.
bang all them, right? I'm just saying, bro.
Stop that.
Brentford
Stop
I'm
beat
that.
Coventry
joking.
defeated
Memphis, come.
side.
I'm doing your job for you, Memphis. I'm doing your job for you, Memphis. Jump in, please.
I mean, Arsenal will just do it for us. Arsenal will do it for us. That's
Do
all I
it
have to
for
You
say.
us.
see, you see,
Hey,
you
Yeah.
like, you love the energy.
you
Yeah.
talk about
I
the
don't kind of
corner.
energy, me love.
Hey, listen.
But for
You
real
see,
though, I want
Jolly,
Arsenal to win. Brighton get
Jolly,
too
you say
close.
that.
No, Josh, me
Jolly,
don't
you
want
say
to hear
that
that from you now.
because
I don't want to hear that from you now.
Sure, Jolly, you say because Bissouma out are going win, right?
A
But
stat,
Yeah,
stat.
hold on, no. Last time I checked, no, Bissouma me in the midfield when Pepe a moonwalk on them and a swerve and a slide and a run through back line and a score goal.
Everything.
Just say
Everything.
just that's
Yo, every time somebody throws a shot.
and it's after that game is when the
We say,
giant Bissouma to Arsenal links started to
we
pop
say
up because
Memphis.
Pepe told him, yo, come home.
No, it was a comment I was reading for O'Neill.
What he say?
Pepe told
I
him,
say
come home.
every time somebody troll you, your pressure like you rise.
But Josh is talking about like if them people that what the name Brighton bang somebody.
No, I've been a big Brighton fan because and they're like a team, and I like the football they play. They play good football, man. Legit. But
What?
actually, last season Brighton
Yeah,
lost home and
What
away to the Gunners. They
what
lost
a
home
man.
and away to the Gunners
What this
last
guy you
time.
want to know? What this man you really want to know?
Okay, all right, all right. So, fantasy guy Sukwa, tell us anybody to look at in this game?
For Brighton, Arsenal,
Brighton, who we looking at in this game? Brighton, Arsenal.
I think you look at the Arsenal midfielders like Saka.
Saka had a great game last time.
Yeah, Smith Rowe
He's a good
probably
villain.
driving through.
Now this
Yeah,
sound like some sensible analysis, sensible commentary.
And
Actually,
Marpy and
Ready.
Trossard.
and then
Say it slow,
and then
Sukwa. Say it
Trossard is
slow.
at least Trossard because Trossard looked like a real good. I mean he has some real good dribble, some good dribble and so on. Probably his link up play. Mopai. Yep.
All right, so
So there
Sukwa,
are
based on what you just said, so what's the result? His results. Everybody, when it comes to Arsenal, nobody talk results. Everybody want to troll. Let's all get sensible.
yeah, some
Let's all
results,
get
man. Super.
sensible.
Okay, what about the fact, Shaq, that Brighton have won 3 of their last 4 Premier League home games, and on top of that, that they have the most clean sheets just behind the Chelsea and City for the year. They don't let people score, but yet you go score 2,
Three.
Yeah,
2,
3.
3.
three,
I
Wow.
3 not to tell
Okay.
you.
All
three.
right. So
Wow.
they go show up in a home game and just not play no defense.
They go play
No,
defense.
no,
What I mean?
they play
Anybody
defense,
can
of
show up
course.
and they play defense. Then go play defense.
Tottenham play defense.
Me not understand. Burn
Okay.
into
All
the
right.
most defense.
And
In
Okay.
fact,
that's why they're the top team champion. Yeah, the two of them collaborate with the white.
Tell you, boy. The Neville brothers over there. Gary FM. All right. Okay, Munch, what do you think? Brighton Arsenal.
I already said 2-0. Above
2 and 2.
Aubameyang with 2. Tierney with the clean sheet. Yeah.
I
Wait,
hope
Right now,
so. TNA,
right
TNA
now
might
we're
wait, hold
take.
looking
on.
some fantasy points. So, but with
Hold on,
Yeah,
Arsenal,
hold on.
I need a TNA clean sheet anyway. Shaq
Hold
honestly
on,
we need a
hold on.
TNA clean sheet for real now. You know, but
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
This is Munchie.
I know, right? It's like the one night when we need Arsenal trollers, everybody just show up with the 7 back them. Anybody here think Brighton will win? Anybody think Brighton will
Hi,
win?
hi.
Just Memphis?
Munchie
Them
can't
as
trick
a
me
No,
no.
you
If I
want
back
you want
Brighton,
there's
you
a
go
difference
back City,
between
no.
wanting them to
Munchie
win
can't
and think
trick
that
me
they're
no.
gonna win Memphis.
We have a 2-2
You
Arsenal
here.
think they're going to
yeah,
win.
me afraid.
And the game will probably draw. Yeah.
Munchie can't trick me.
Hear that, hear that,
Josh, I
hear that
got
they gone
Bruno
from the
1-1.
fence now.
about
Ben White, don't
50
go.
Arsenal man we signed today now. So, I need some pints, boy.
Yo, this sound
My
like
level
mind
some
games.
negatives.
This man come in
I
the
know,
show
right?
after an
This is
hour
my
just for
game.
trying some
Just for
fantasy
saying
talk.
that, just for talking about Arsenal, boy. That is suspect.
Oh man. Okay, so let's start the final game because we really have to go over time. Liverpool Man City, right?
Oh,
More player sheet. Okay. Liverpool
Yo,
Man
we
City.
captain in Salah.
Yes. In fact, Christoph had a
Who?
question earlier, Sukwa, for fantasy. He wants to know from you, should he captain Salah in this game?
no,
Moin, this is the part with the notebook.
Me take with.
no.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
crazy.
take down the
No, you
corner.
have better. No, you have better
No,
options
But
for the week.
Salah didn't score against City in the last
Salah
couple
play
games.
against now.
Shut your mouth.
Cancelo Salah meet now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard matchup for him.
I believe
Wait.
Triple captain Salah.
at the farmer player that gets released in the
Cancelo going to do what to Salah? Wait till
Huh?
Cancelo go pocket Salah, you said?
I never said Cancelo is gonna pocket Salah.
No, I was just
said-
asking you.
I
Right.
said
Yeah, dude.
for those who are gonna captain Salah, they're gonna do the same thing that they did Ronaldo last week versus Aston Villa. Is Aston Villa?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If it
yeah,
says
Josh.
so.
That's. I mean, there are better options for this weekend. Let's say.
Listen,
Better
I think
options
this.
for the
I
weekend.
think this is a better. This is actually a better week to captain Ronaldo than Salah. Honestly,
go.
Okay.
because
All
as
right.
soon as I
Against
saw the
Ronaldo.
fixture, I actually, while I believe Salah will still score a goal, I
Joe
took my
giving
captain.
fantasy advice.
Be a mind games.
Well, City won this fixture last season 4-1, ending a run of 17 away league wins for Liverpool. So, what are your predictions in this? You know, it's not a 4-1, Moy.
Wait, Trent Steele
Start.
is free.
They got about 2-0.
2-0. Now, remember we talked last time, Moy, about you played Chelsea, and then fatigue coming in with you playing, you know, in the Champions League, and then y'all have enough in the tank to play a high energy Liverpool. It's a lot
Yeah,
of-
because those that played in Champions League is highly unlikely to start this game. Sterling is definitely not going to start. Who else played? I know. I mean, Gabriel is going to come back. Foden is going to start this game for sure because he had a very good game against them the last time we played in the Premier League. So should be a shout again. I fancy us to do it again.
What Jaleel thinks,
3-0
he says
City.
Van Dijk
Yeah, I
has a
said,
50
yeah,
Premier
yeah,
League
I'll awaken
years
Newton now.
beating at Anfield. Wow. Okay. That's true. He has a good way. Who said 3-0? Somebody said 3-0? Monchi?
Monchi.
Monty.
Of course.
3-0. Wow.
Of course.
Some confident people tonight, but we got to 2-0 from the Arsenals and 3-0 from the City people. It's like,
Yeah, I told you.
tell you,
Fellas,
boy. Wow.
Liverpool, I hear what? Trent now play.
Yo, full screen this.
Yo,
Trent now play.
he wasn't a defensive threatening player anyway.
But
It's
no,
probably that you playing right back. What name again?
Foden a stop on the bench.
Well, they got the kid name that was playing in Robertson position before he came back.
Shemikas.
Simekas.
Yeah, because he played right back. I think what was it? The game before the
He
last.
did. Yeah, he did. He did.
And
That's
he
when
had a
Trent
solid.
did.
He had a solid performance too.
They
Yeah,
ha-
he did.
They,
Didn't
they have Milner as a starter for that game, but I don't think that would work if they have Milner as a right back.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know,
neither.
boy. Milner and
They
who
have
do
the
play
legs.
over there?
They have the legs to keep up.
It most
Nah,
likely be Miller against
Grealish.
Grealish. Yeah.
Grealish? Nah, that's the problems,
Yeah.
boy. That's
Well,
the problems. Captain
fellas,
Grealish on the weekend, fellas.
Liverpool, hey, here I analyzed it, right? You see, if City come out like how they come against Chelsea, it might be at least 3-4-0 first half.
Oh,
Because
boy.
Liverpool
Oh,
don't
boy.
have that midfield that can,
That's fact.
honestly, that can like put an actual little stamp to City's midfield. No, who in Liverpool midfield can run down Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, but
Fabinho?
you don't have anybody. You have nobody that Mark Salah. Who Mark
Let
Salah?
me about Mark Salah. Salah
Mark Salah?
can't pass Cancelo. And I can hear it here first. Salah cannot pass Cancelo. But the thing is, he can't go right, he can't go left. Because Cancelo is 2 feet. 2 foot, right?
Okay. So Salah now
Cancelo
score.
cannot go the park.
Salah now
Easily.
score.
Score with.
JM7. I don't think I've ever heard anybody call Milner JM7. This just looks weird.
This might be a first, actually.
Well, here we number G. Rumor has it that Grealish might not make the game now because apparently he just get released from Paris, so you got for quarantine. So
Fresh out of Hakimi pocket.
Yeah.
Joe, that's a very funny joke, bro. I give
No,
you that.
Joe.
It was good.
The thing is now, if Grealish doesn't play, I have more options. That's what you guys seem not to understand. Grealish not playing is not going to be a dent to me, bro.
Yes,
Okay, but look at it this way, guys, right? You have the best defense. So far, they have the best offense. It's going to be an amazing game. They scored 15 goals so far, right? But it may just end up being 0-0. But what do you guys pick as we close the show? What do you guys quick picks here? The City people don't give their predictions. Fantasy expert, tell us what do you think? What's your prediction in this game?
If you're looking for points, a 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah, 0-0.
Yeah, boy.
All
Edison
right.
and Diaz for it.
That's it.
0-0. Okay. All right. Memphis. 0-0.
Right. Honestly.
Yeah, see, when the time comes to chat sensibleness, you can't because you're the last.
Arsenal coming to this.
You can't think no.
Anyways, I don't think I hope it's not going to be a 0-0, but I think there should be goals in this game because I feel like both teams are going to try to because they need to win this game to get an advantage over a title challenger. So I feel like they're both going to try and go for it. So it might be a 1-1 or a 2-1, but I think City might just have the edge. Plus, they're going to look for vengeance because of what happened in Paris. So 2-1 City.
So it's
I agree. I agree with Memphis. 2-1 City. Joe, what you said?
I really think you can see it.
Yeah, all jokes aside, I think that I'd go with a 3-1 City, but I will say City needs to put some respect on Liverpool though, because if they're going to come out guns blazing, as good as they will be attacking wise, they're going to leave themselves open, and Liverpool is the best counter-attacking team in the league, so that might bite them.
Fellas, and I'm many behind, you know. Now it's still there, so no. And if I understand that now. A walk
Waiting,
and
I have,
Joe.
cancel
You
I
the
have,
think
BRL.
I
that
have a
that can't?
question. Can I
Mm.
ask
Go
Munchie a
ahead.
question there quickly?
Go
I see
ahead.
Mendy
Yeah,
is getting
Mendy
all this
part we
hate,
lose
you
in
know.
Paris.
So then,
Yeah.
so then I have a question. Why is Sterling getting the same hate?
Oh,
Sterling.
And I'm a Sterling fan, so it means a lot. I'm saying this
Sorry,
Yo,
so
okay.
getting the same hate for what?
because they no because you know everybody blame Mendy when Mendy comes on. He don't do nothing good, tall.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Sterling, come on, we haven't really seen the Sterling that we have been accustomed to seeing for a while. So I want to know why is he getting the same thing like that as Mendy?
Because here what? Sterling is just like he doesn't have the confidence right now. That's why he's on the bench, per se. Right? And when you're being a team like City, where you need 2 and 3 games back to back to actually catch your form, it's gonna be difficult because that 2 and 3 games that you're gonna be behind for the player that's in front of you is actually playing good, getting goals and assists in those 2 and 3 games. And way in which well the man is gonna drop a player that's been producing to give a next guy 2 or 3 games back to back to boost his confidence. No, so that's why Sterling is like in a he has to be like he knows his role. Hey,
Butter,
top
butter.
games, them liquor games against Arsenal and so like you can get liquor doing, but like when it comes to the
Yeah.
big dogs,
Yo, this man
you have a
cannot
Van
humble.
live
Dijk.
without an Arsenal name.
Yo, Moy, no, the question for you, bro.
Look, he's still here.
Arsenal
Okay,
have to
well,
manage daily bread.
sorry for that drop again,
Question here,
fans. You know
City
how it
fan.
is. Who's gonna score them goals for City?
City.
I need to know who to
Everybody,
put in our fantasy.
Van Dijk.
everybody.
no man, I said Van Dijk. Wow.
Oh, okay, that's a good
Hey,
point.
hey,
Yeah.
this show, the
Um,
title of the show, does come in the perfect time. We can see the bosses, Van Dijk and Diaz. You know, reading all the comments, I'm there, I read everything they say about Van Dijk and Diaz. And like
mm,
Joe,
okay.
as I told Joe said, Van Dijk
Monji
been
late. No,
doing it.
Monji, I don't pass that. No, Monji.
No, man, no, man, no. But me just want to make me look
Monji,
at mine.
no,
You're
Monji
saying
late.
Van Dijk doing it at
Monji, listen,
Southampton
that's the
and came
segment.
at Liverpool and made an impact. But how you now like stress the fact like this is Diaz's first ever season in the Premier League and did what Van Dijk did after playing 4 or 5 years in the Premier League. I'm just
Yo,
saying.
here's my thing. And this, again, this is not me trying to take any credit away from Diaz. But had Diaz come into the league and gone to a team like Southampton, Diaz would not be doing what he's doing now. Diaz was fortunate enough to come into a team under Pep Guardiola, a very well coached team with a proper system in place that was
Oh,
already
look at this.
created so he could fit into it. Just saying. Just saying.
True.
Okay.
Maybe an
But
opinion here.
I honestly think so, Joe. Looking at the way how Diaz plays and the mentality as a defender, you guys hear how Diaz talk? The guy say like when people get shot at City, he's upset, he's frustrated. So any team he
Yeah,
have
fuck
went,
it.
it would be in the same mentality. Honestly, so it's not that the fact like it's City,
He
it's just
just be
a
more
any
upset.
team except Manu, any team except Manu. Come on, I swear he'd commit suicide if he ever went Manu. I don't know why. Imagine this man.
Man,
Suicide.
Imagine
excited,
this man
Wow.
man.
do a big clearance, right?
Suicide is not a
A
funny thing
big
to joke
last
about.
Yeah, we
ditch
don't.
tackle
Yeah.
clearance
Facts.
Yeah,
and
right.
and,
Take
and win the
Munchie off the
ball
show now.
and give Fred. When you
Monji,
look
man,
now,
they
by the
can't
time
see
you get
you.
up off the ground, the striker had the ball in front of you and run at you again. Man, say, wait, man, just give Fred the ball. No, man, commit suicide, man. Commit suicide, man.
Yeah, time for Munchie to come off the show.
Okay.
I'm
With
sorry.
that very strange comment, don't forget, guys, to look forward to all the games in the Premier League weekend. Don't forget to do your fantasy as we continue to plow along. Hopefully, Suka may try to move up to that first place. I think he's just underneath, and Netflix and Chilwell is still leading the line. And don't forget, there's a prize in store at the end of the season. So keep fighting along. Where we see Shaq, of course, and I are trying to vie for that first and second spot as well. You know,
Why you
but
all
yes,
gonna call my name, dog? Why you call for my name for dog? I'm just you.
I'm just saying.
And the me and you, dog.
I mean, yeah,
Yo,
you
me
dog.
I
We
say
right
to
there. We right there.
Maximus
We right there.
Hey.
Punchy, you up there?
Noticeable mention that like I'm 70 something points ahead of Joe, so I still
You're how many
stand
points ahead? 60 something?
70 something.
Oh, 70
What?
something.
Isn't
Wow.
that like week 7?
Monchi, might I point out that you are also
The race is not
ahead
swift.
of me. You were also ahead of me for the majority of fantasy last season, and I
Yo,
still
look at
finished
that.
above you. Just want to point that out. That's all I'm saying. The race is not for the swift, but for those who can
Oh,
endure.
Yo.
Yes.
yep. The
All
Bible
right.
verse coming every time. All right. But, yeah. Okay, so we looking
Monchi,
forward to more of the
30th
fantasy.
minute, Monchi. 30th minute, I was at 36th. I went to 35th, 32nd. Now I'm in 30th.
Hello. You just mentioned my number.
Slowly.
Yeah. That's true.
Slowly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting there, bro.
Anyway,
You do your
guys,
best,
FIFA
man.
22
That's true. I'm
at
going to say that,
midnight.
Shaq. For those of FIFA fans out there, that comes out midnight. So, not for the people who go to
Yo,
school.
Anna, go
you know.
sleep tonight now.
Hey,
You
I
know,
have 5 more hours of early access left that I'm gonna play.
Okay, you want blow. How you
Club
still have 5
Silver
hours?
morning.
Thing.
Okay.
One, work
Team.
for some time at a time, and 2, I've been playing more 2K than FIFA. Honestly.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
Team no sleep.
Yeah, we all of us have to go. So, again, see you guys tomorrow, free on Friday. We'll have a very interesting discussion as well, too. And we'll see what that is tomorrow,
Fuck all.
And the challenge is still out there for that madman that can disrespect Odegaard.
Yeah,
right?
I think he ran from you, Joe. I think he ran from you. I think you were.
I mean, Joe can lead all you want.
All right. So, have a good night, everybody. All right.
Haters gonna hate.
Have a good night, everybody, and thanks a lot for supporting Island fans. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show and tell others all about what we're doing here. And come back tomorrow night to do Free Up Friday. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.